your story with me. I'm actually doing a segment. We're doing videos. We call them Carver moments, and I've shared several with you, even through the course of this video. But you know, I'm finding, and I'll get your opinion on this, but everybody's got a story. Everybody's got a story, and sometimes those stories can either help somebody or even give just inspiration.
Yes.
And I wanna get them out there. So let's help as many people as we can.
Well,
You know,
I'm
and
waiting to I'm waiting to jump on my Carver moment. Um, if you're doing it live or however you're gonna do it, um, let me know.
okay,
Let
yeah,
me know. Cause I do have one, man. I actually, you know, I'll share with you on your moment.
okay,
Um, wrote it down in my notes and everything. It was a long night one night, just up thinking, a lot of things going on. And you know, either it's on pen and pad or I just take my phone and I go on my notepad and I just type away. So I'll wait until we get there and we can share it. But
yeah.
everyone please.
Hey man, I actually did the video once. I'm gonna re-edit it, but man, hey, and I'm gonna tell it again. I'm gonna redo this one. I got thousands, but my Uncle Mike, he gave me this analogy, man. We talking, it's just about to settle down.
Mhm.
We're talking about women in relationships. We had a little something to drink, but sometimes that's when you get your inspiration, right? So I broke it down, man. He ran in the house and grabbed two pieces of fruit, man. Grabbed an apple and an orange. I think we were smoking on. Who were we smoking? Macanudo.
Okay.
Yeah. And Uncle said, he said, "I ain't nephew." He said, "You got your apple and your orange." Keep in mind, he's talking about relationships, right? And so he said, "Okay, say you're hungry. Now, by you being hungry, you looking
Hmm.
to, settle down a little bit.
Yeah.
Say you got this apple. Say you're hungry. Write that down. Bite into it. A minute or two later, you ain't got no more apple, right?
Nope.
It was a good piece of fruit. It was good while it lasted, right?" I said, "Yeah, yeah. I'm sobering up now. I'm like, hold on, what's he getting to?" He said, "Now you got the orange." He ate the apple in front of me, didn't offer me none, right? He said, "It's not a pretty piece of fruit." He said, "But I can't just bite into this, huh?"
No.
I said, "Oh, no, no, I don't think it tastes good." He said, that pretty coating is, he said, that outside is just a protective coating. He wrote it, he said, you gotta soften it up a little bit. And then, so be near me. He said, then you gotta look for an opening. So once you get that opening, you gotta peel back that protective coat.
Mm.
And he's getting real deep, right? And I'm gonna kill this beat. But he said, once you get that protective coating back, he said, you still ain't gonna bite it like you bit that apple. I was like, no, no, you're not, right? He said, you're gonna peel it and you're gonna enjoy it one slice at a time. I was like, yeah. He said, because you worked for it. He said, you worked for it, you went through the process, now you're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna savor the flavor. He said, he said, it's gonna taste even better because you put in the time and effort to enjoy it. I was like, that's deep. So man, he said, look for the oranges, nephew. And I was like, okay, okay. And I shared that story, and this is the part that broke my heart, man. I shared that story, man. A young lady at work one time, she was going through it, and relationship stuff. I ain't putting the business out there.
Yeah.
Got the story all wrong, bro. Man, so she'll started an argument with some other women at work. Oh, you ain't nothing but a rotten apple. I'm an orange. I'm like, how you mess that up? You know what I mean? I'm
Mm.
trying to give you some knowledge that's come down through the, you know what I'm saying? And the moral of the story was, look, you need to be the orange.
Yeah.
So be an orange. I'm an orange. You're riding apples. I'm like, oh wow. I'm like, you messed that up. But translation, and if you please share that story. But anybody who may see this, young man particularly, look for oranges. There's a lot of apples out there. Get you an orange. If you're really serious, get you an orange. And ladies, if you're serious, are you the apple or are you the orange?
Hmm.
Hmm.
As deep.
Yeah.
Um, I'll share mine. It's not as deep, but I have I call him my cousin.
Moment.
So
Exclusive
his Croomies Carver moment.
Crooms Carver moment.
I got a cousin. I call him my
Mhm.
cousin. We're not blood. We're not related. Anything like that. Basically, he was you know, through marriage. He got married to one of my cousins and everything like that.
Right.
And this is when I was like early off into cigars and everything like that.
Mhm.
Called me up one day. He was like, "Yo, cousin, I need to talk."
Right.
He'll come over my house. I'll go over his house. He was like, "Oh, just meet me here." I'm like, "Oh, you already there? Well, I'll come pick you up. I'll meet you at the spot." We go to
Right.
the spot, and this is, you know, as you say, you never know sometimes who you go to build something with, or make a connection with.
Right.
And he had his boys he grew up with and hung out with. I got mines and stuff like that. And he was like, "Yo," he was like, "I gotta tell you something." Okay, what's up? I'm thinking, expecting baby or something. He told me straight up, he's like, "I messed up." And I looked at him and I'm like, "Why are you telling me?" You know? And he was like, "Well, if I could sit down and drink with you, eat with you, I might as well be able to tell you the bad parts too."
It's real.
And I'm like, "Yeah, but you got your boys, and that's my cousin." He was like, "Yeah, but since I got with your cousin, you know, you've been in my life and everything. You put me on and helped me get to where I'm at." I'm
Okay.
like, "Nah, I didn't help you get there. You got there.
Right.
All I did was just, make an introduction. 'Cause I'm never taking credit for what someone else goes and sit down and do.
Right.
You went in on the interviews and you sold yourself at the interview. You went to the job, you worked it. All I did was I knew someone to say, listen, can you
Hear this guy out. Yeah.
hear this guy out?"
Right.
And he was like, "Yo, well, I always want to say thank you, blah, 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 blah. But I gotta tell you this because if all that can happen, his thing was basically, I should be able to tell you where I messed up at. And, since you went through some things yourself, what's your advice?" And I told him, I'm like, "You got two choices in life, basically. Just like every man at one point got two choices in life to either sit back and try to fix it, or, you just say, all right, you keep your pride to yourself and you be like, you did nothing wrong." And we sat there and we spoke and we sipped. And then now we stayed in contact. We stayed tight since. And now, he's in a whole nother state right now doing his thing. Him and my cousin didn't work out. But before he left, I had to, came over to the house. And now we're deep into cigars. He had a Monte Cristo. Um, I forgot what I had. This is even before I started talking sticks. And I was like, "Yo, you know, this is probably gonna be the last one for a long time because you going on your road trip, you taking your career whole nother level."
Right.
But to see the progress, you know, that everyone makes
Mhm.
was it felt good. It felt good to actually, to be able to sit down with someone you call family and y'all could sit there and talk about like success, talk
Yeah.
about the downs, and then just be that encouragement to say that, yeah, we didn't grow up together, you know, we didn't grow up together, but this is what it is. This is our relationship. This is the friendship, the family that we built. And I told them, like, we may not be here to meet up every Friday like how we used to, but phone call away, video chat away, and
Yeah.
whatever support that you may need, I'm here.
Yeah.
And he's been there for me through some down and rough times, and I've been there for him. But it just felt good to know that one, that whole mental health thing we talked about, the fact that he was actually able to come and he felt comfortable enough to sit down and talk with me, which helped me to be able to know that I got someone I could also call and sit down and talk with And you don't have to just hold those things in.
Yeah.
Get it off your chest and get it off your shoulders. And whoever's watching it, which I know he's doing well. He's
About to ask you, you all right? You good?
doing well. I basically tell you this. He's a big boss down someplace, holding it down. And if you travel a lot, just know you're in good hands because he's taking care. He's one of the men behind the scenes, taking care of it. And you just never know who knows someone. So,
Shout out
so
Cuzzo. We'll keep his name. Shout out Cuzzo.
yep, that's exactly what I call him too, Cuzzles.
Cuzzo. Keep grinding, Cuzzo. Keep grinding.
But that's my one little Carver moment that I'll share, man. I mean, you know, that's always important to me because it just showed a lot, man. And it meant a lot to me, you know. It meant because sometimes, I mean, I guess as you may know, like, when it comes down to family, sometimes you may not be able to go to that a male counterpart in your spouse's family and actually be open and disclose how you feel, what you're going through, or what you did wrong because of the backlash and the judgment that may come from it.
Great, man. And that's one thing, particularly our generation, because we were, I heard a preacher say it once, man, and rest in peace, Brother Davis. But he said in his sermon, he said, a lot of y'all got a drug problem. Drug problem. He said, yeah, you were drugged to this situation. You were drugged to this church. You were drugged. You did a lot. I'm like, oh, drug, like drag. But and our generation, man, we was particularly the men, man, we were force fed a lot of inaccuracies, a lot of lies, man. One, we were taught be a man, hold that in, roll with the punches. You'll be all right. Real
Yeah,
men don't share their feelings. Real men don't talk to people. And man, that was nothing could be further from the truth. Because you
true.
hold that stuff in, it's gonna kill you. Stress is real. And just him coming to you, one, he was comfortable, so that says a lot about you. No blood relation. And, I tell anybody, hey, blood makes you related. Love makes you family.
True.
And I stand by that. But and I'm fortunate enough, and I realized that late in life, I talk about the CIG, and I got a feeling you're gonna get a seat at that table real soon. But just having that outlet, man, and like Wednesday nights, this is on my calendar. I won't plan anything. We moved up this interview, because Wednesday night, that's
That's
a round table. I need that. I look forward to that. And it's become, I won't say necessary, but I'll say vital.
vital. Mm.
Vital. And I encourage everyone. Get you a group, get you somebody you can confide in, because that first conversation, once that trust is established, man, sky's the limit from there. I just through this, man, I've been in on, it's blessed me not just health wise, but financially,
Yeah.
met great people, so just find you somebody to talk to, man. That's key. But yeah, man, I'm ecstatic with your success, man. Sky's the limit for you.
Well, thank you, Frank, and
Yeah.
thank you for having me on this Carver moment, man.